Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at Hyperoptic Broadband. Now, I've got to state for the record, I am not an affiliate. This is not an advert. They've not approached me to ask me to do this. This is just something that happened without my knowledge, and I signed up to them when they came to my building and started installing all the cabling, which I might add was quite noisy and often woke me up. So, previously I was been with Sky for a number of years, who've provided me with about 35 megabit per second broadband for about £40 per month. That includes line rental and phone and the broadband. Hyperoptic, on the other hand, have come in their first year offering a deal for about £22 a month for 150 megabit per second fiber optic, which is pretty good, 5 times more than Sky, and cheaper, plus no line rental and a phone as well. So that's a huge saving, plus an increase in speed. So who would not take up that offer? They also installed the router and cabling as well for free. So there's been no charges other than £22 per month, and that will go up to about £30 per month in year 2. So they do offer a 1 gigabyte gigabit, I think it's gigabit per second service, but I thought that was going to be overkill, and that's slightly a bit more expensive, not much more, but slightly more. So I thought I'd go with the 150 megabit per second. So to put that into terms, I'm using wireless, and this is the kind of speeds that I'm getting. I've just done this test recently, literally a few minutes ago, and you can see there through wireless that I'm getting the advertised speeds. So let's just do a quick test. I can't guarantee it will be the same, but you can see it live and see what happens. Either way, it's still much better than Sky, and a good improvement definitely with the upload and download speeds, which is great. So while that's doing that, I have to touch upon a subject which is close to many people, especially if you're getting into Xbox One X or PS4 Pro, and the amount of oil on PC even, and the massive file sizes that you have with video games, which are increasing as we get into higher res texture packs and so on. I'll just quickly show you my results history, so you can just look at that while I'm talking. And a lot of people are bringing up the problem of hard disk drive space, especially with the size of these games. I mean, Gears of War 4 is about 100 gigabytes all in, with all the updates and texture packs, which is massive. I think Rainbow Six Siege is also pretty high in that region. So if I was to download that on my Sky broadband, I'd have to leave it all day, and it would take 5, 6, 7 hours to download. And once that was downloaded, I'd have to keep that on my hard disk drive, so I didn't have to go through that whole procedure again. With these kind of speeds now, and obviously these aren't available to everybody, but it's definitely worth considering the switch over if you can get fiber optic in your area, or Hyperoptic. And so I can now download something like Gears of War in an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, roughly translating to about 1 gigabyte per minute, which is not bad at all. So if we quickly go to Steam, I've pre-allocated The Evil Within 2. That's about 36 gigabyte with all the updates. And I'll just resume this here while I'm talking, so you can just see how fast that is going. Well, you can see the time remaining, 31 minutes for about 27 gig, which roughly translates to about the gig a minute I was talking about. So that's pretty impressive. So with the problem of hard disk drive space now, if I fill up my Xbox One X and I need space and I need to download a game that's 50 gig, or whatever, I don't have to worry about having to wait for hours and end to re-download the game if I want to play it again after I've deleted it off my hard drive. I can then comfortably remove the games off my hard drive to make space for any new ones. And if I do want to replay the game again, I can just create more space and download again within half an hour, whatever, rather than that massive leave it overnight scenario. So this is pretty good. And this sort of eases the problem where you're running out of disk space and you don't know what to do with your games collection. It's a lot easier than just to manage your systems and just delete where necessary and not have to worry about it. Now, the Xbox One X comes with a 1 terabyte hard disk drive, so that can get filled up quite quickly if you've got a lot of games in your collection. But it depends on your gaming habits as well. Do you sort of play and chop and change between lots of different games, or do you just play one game and finish that and then move on to the next one? Then there's also the multiplayer games as well, which you might want to keep on hand to quickly jump in, like Destiny 2, for example, or Call of Duty World War 2. So while I've been talking, it's gone down the actual speed. You can see the peak was at 20.2. I'm not sure they're using megabytes or megabits per second on Steam. I'm pretty sure they're using megabytes. I've tested this on PS4 and on Xbox, and yes, the speeds are comparable to that speed test results that I did earlier of about 150 megabit per second. So the main thing is I am getting the advertised speeds, which is good. So with all that in mind, it's worth going with Hyperoptic or someone similar. I think Virgin might also be doing similar speeds. But this is definitely the way forwards for the modern gamer. Now, obviously, if I want to play online games, then I'll connect wired and get a more consistent connection. But I found that the wireless is still pretty good, and is not going to lag you very much at all compared to your peers on lower speeds. So I think that pretty much sums up the video. It sums up the choices that people have, and obviously not everybody can get that in their area, but you can just check and see if they do your area and take it from there. And there's all the pricing. They were actually doing a Black Friday deal, and yeah, they've changed this now with the activation fee. They were doing the offer when they installed it in this block of buildings, and got it down to about £22 per month. So 32, that's still much better than BT. Sorry, it's much better than Sky. And I would have been quite happy swapping over at 32 with the activation fee as well. And that's for 12 months, and then only up to 35. And if I want to go up to 1 gigabit, then it's just over 10 or more. So that's not too bad either. And I obviously wouldn't need to pay the activation fee. And yeah, so that's it. I think you get the idea. And let's just quickly go back to the download, see how that's doing. Saying about 30 minutes left. So what I'll do is I'll just leave it running. I'll speed up the video, and you can see that how long that will take in real time since we started recording it. But it's already done 3.7 gigs. Okay, you can see it's finished. So I think we started that probably around 10 past 11. There was a bit of pre-allocating going on as well. So it's roughly been about half an hour to download the 27.3 gigabytes. So we'll leave it at that. I think that's pretty good. Obviously, if we'd have gone for the 1 gigabit service, then that would have made that even quicker. Probably by doing the maths here, I think you probably get about up to 500, 600 megabit per second on a wireless connection, or so I'm told. So you're looking at about 5 times faster than that. So literally within 5-10 minutes, that would have been downloaded. But it gives you a good idea. I mean, I'm quite happy with 150 megabit per second. It suits my needs. And yeah, let's finish that up. So you can look at the timestamp and get an exact reading of how long that actually took. But yeah, The Evil Within 2, which is a new game, is ready to play. Okay, I'm Rob Cram. Well, thanks for watching.